Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday yet again. We are here. We have made it. Give me just 1 second just to make sure that I am coming in loud and clear to everyone that I need to. Everything with my streaming software is going exactly according to plan, it looks like so far. My IG crowd should be joining me right about now. Hello, hello, hello to everyone. For Facebook, let's see. Okay, it should be up and available for all of my channels. So, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Sit Down with yours truly, Nicole LaTreece. I am she is me, and we are excited that you have come to join us this evening. This evening is going to be a good one. We are officially in week 3. I think it's week 3 of the mind reset. No, sorry. We took a bye week. So the first week we talked about identifying limiting beliefs, what they are, and how they can be holding you back. You had some homework that you were tasked with. Hopefully, you all decided to engage with it at that time. If you didn't, you still have an opportunity to do so. But the homework was to sit down and list out the things that are a part of your limiting beliefs. I shared some examples of what some of mine were, just the sheer fact that I grew up not having certain conversations about who I needed to be, how I needed to see myself, and how I needed to carry myself in a certain way. So as I grew up, I never looked at myself in that way. Now that I'm 40 and some people out there have tried to play with me and I've been mishandled and fumbled, yeah, I know how to look at myself and I know how to look at those people as well. So that was one of my limiting beliefs, not being able to see myself and not knowing like the true value to give to people. And then the 2 weeks after that, I put you on a 2 week bye week, just so we could really hone into your why. Why are you now not only wanting to do the mind reset, but what are you uncovering about yourself here in this space of the holding between something has happened to you, whether it's in your personal life, romantic, familial, parental, whatever the case may be, something has happened, something has occurred to where you have found this message. You have found me, and you decided to walk away from the hurt one or the hurt situation that loves you or that you love. And so you got into this space of, okay, she's talking about something, she's saying a mind reset. What is a mind reset? Hey, it's starting again. It ain't starting over. Like, I don't believe in starting over because if you start over, from my perspective, there's a lot of stuff that people don't like to carry with them. And there's a lot of stuff that you shouldn't carry with you once you get to the process of actually starting over. But if there are lessons that you need to take with you, when you start over, you don't take those things with you. When you start again, you're entering into something new. You're entering into a new space of leaving what you knew, taking the time to let formulate whatever needed to be formulated, whatever needed to be worked out, whatever needed to be pressed out in the holding pattern before you move into the space of the life that you truly want to live. And so we started with the first week, like I said, it was identifying limiting beliefs. What are the things, whether known or unknown, that are genuinely holding you back from ultimately getting to, that vision, that version of the future that it is that you want to live? Then we took a 2 week bye week, which we've been on for the past 2 weeks, and we took the opportunity to explore your North Star. The North Star is a fixed point of navigation that travelers use to be able to identify their way. Your North Star is your why. Why are you wanting to do this mind reset? Why are you wanting to take the time for yourself to figure yourself and your sugar honey iced tea out? Why are you wanting to move into this new space of your life? Why and or what is going to hold and sustain you in this process that you have to go through the mind reset to get you to where it is that you need to be. So now we're officially in week 2. And I'd like to hear in the comments, how has your journey gone so far? What are some insights that you've received up until this point in the journey of your process through this mind reset? If you are coming to me and you are joining me tonight, hello, welcome. I am intentional for you guys to be in this space. I am so happy that you guys are here. Like, yeah, let's make this night, let's seize this opportunity that we have together. So, hello. Uh, Hello, godly one. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you find this conversation insightful. And if you feel so moved, just continue to engage with your girl. That first hello really means something. Let's see. Do we have anyone else coming in and joining me tonight? Not yet, but that's to be expected. We run on CP time sometimes, but it is what it is. So as I'm getting started, as I'm, welcoming everyone into the room, I've already introduced myself. Again, I am Nicole LaTreece. I am a certified mindset elevation life coach. So I don't play with this, and I'm not doing it just to do it. It is my mission. It is my purpose to bring people into a elevated way of life, a elevated way of thinking, and to just bring them into the space of the real people that they've been called to be. Now, some of y'all may have been called to a lower level. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to meet you at that level. You want to go up? All right, we can go up. If you want to stay at that current level, we'll have to talk about that because I don't feel like it's enough for you to want to stay at the same place that you're currently at when that place is not serving you or it doesn't put you in a position to truly and genuinely serve the people that are in your life. But before I get too far on that, yeah, so the way I look at this whole thing of mindset elevation is through the mindset elevation framework. And what that framework is it is a holistic approach to personal transformation, focusing on shifting limiting beliefs, aligning with your purpose, and taking intentional action to manifest the life that you desire. So if we, kind of dissect that, it is an approach, it is meeting you in the space of something that it is that you've identified that you want to be able to do. It's a personal transformation. You can't come to me even in this space of having this conversation and not think that you are going to be transformed in some way, shape, or form, even if it's not personally with me through active coaching, as I have with some of my other clients. It could be in the very words that I'm delivering. It could be in the purpose behind the message that I'm giving. It could be in my um, unseeable intention, like I said, for you to be a better person than who you were before coming and listening to this. And it's not to say that you're a bad person. It's not to say that anything about what you experienced has made you a bad person. Maybe not engaging in the way that you should has caused bad characteristics to come about. I had a conversation with someone just earlier where it's like, I found myself in the situations of what I've been going through, um, qualifying who people are. And in that qualification, it is saying this person is this person is that. Some examples, um, this person is a cheater. This person is a liar. This person is a dumb dumb. Whatever I have said, I'm working on calling all those things to the surface so I can give them to the one who can, really give me the full perspective. But in the sermon that I listened to today, that goes against my joy because in me saying that person is a cheater, that person may have displayed some cheating characteristics, and don't get me wrong, I am no dummy. I am not downplaying it. Really listen to this part of the message, listen to all the context to really be able to understand what I'm saying. Um, that person is a cheater, that qualifies who he is. That qualifies who she is. And if I'm willing to say that, then I am speaking in judgment against them. And that's not my intention. Like I said, I really try to make it a point to be mindful not to judge people. That's a part of me being able to shift my own mindset and not work against my own sense of luck or the way the law of attraction works. What you speak is what you put out into your universe, and what you put out into your universe is what is attracted to you. It's what's returned to you. So now I'm finding that I'm using a space more so of talking about the characteristics that a particular person has displayed, uh, has displayed, and these are just examples. Um, that person has displayed a lack of integrity. That person has shown that they are untrustworthy. That person has displayed behavior like a cheater. Because it's not on me to say what that person is. Only God can judge. And I'm not here to do that. So, getting back to the point of dissecting the mindset elevation framework, it's a holistic approach, meaning how I address or how I come to meeting the people where they are. The intention is to have a personal transformation. We start first by identifying and focusing on the limiting beliefs. If you don't know what's holding you back, if you don't know where your vision is not, then you can't know where it is that you're actually going or the level of work that you need to do or what is actually working against you. Then we focus on aligning with your purpose, your why, the North Star. What is it that you feel moved to want to explore this with? And then taking intentional action. That means doing it on purpose, doing it for a reason, doing it with the focus of it taking you somewhere to manifest the life that you want to desire. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not here to just live a life just to live a life. I genuinely want to live the life that it is that I desire, that I truly desire. And I hope the same for you guys too. By following this framework, you'll elevate your mindset, break free from self imposed limitations, and unlock your full potential. And, like, that's the purpose of tonight. I want to give you perspective on creating your own luck. Now, the disclaimer I have to put out there is if you are a believer like me, you don't believe 100% in luck. But for the sake of this conversation, luck can be something similar to your plan. So there is a verse, out there that talks about man creates his plan and allows the Lord to order his steps. So luck could be, okay, I want to be abundant. I want to be prosperous. I want to be lucky enough to live a life that honors God. I want to be lucky enough to be successful in the business that I am creating. I want to be lucky enough to be a good parent. And then understanding how the law of attraction works. So welcome to tonight's episode. Today, we'll be exploring how to make your own luck by changing your thoughts and using the law of attraction, on how your mindset impacts the reality that you create. Let me say that again. Your mindset impacts uh, the reality that you create. So a man thinketh, so he shall become. Where your mind leads, your body, your heart, and your life follow. And then also learn how you can reprogram your thoughts and how the law of attraction ties it all together. You have more power than you realize to shape your life and create opportunities. So let's get started. First thing we're going to start with is understanding luck. Is it real? What is luck? Many people think luck is a random something that happens by chance. But if we redefine luck as something you can create through your mindset, actions, and energy, maybe you need to ask yourself that question: is luck something that I can create from my mindset, my actions, and my energy? If you feel like luck, if you feel like your story, if you feel like your plan can be created from any of those three things, say yes in the chat. And if you feel like it can't, say no. Let's talk about it. Maybe you're the type of person you feel like only it can only be created through two of the three things or one of the three things, whatever the case may be. Should even if you want to do that, like if you believe that it can be created from all or it has to be created from all three things, then put a yes in the chat. If you feel like it is one of those things or a combination of like two of those things, put what you think. How do you feel your sense of luck is created? Do you feel like people who seem lucky often have an underlying mindset or belief system that attracts good outcomes to them? I don't know if y'all have ever seen my food posts, like especially my breakfast one. My breakfast is relatively the same most mornings. So it is the yogurt, Greek yogurt, honey vanilla. I don't stray far from that flavor. Then you have strawberries, fresh strawberries, blueberries, and then Walmart's great value French vanilla granola. But the hashtag is relatively always the same: good in, good out. When you put good stuff into your body, when you put good stuff into your mind, when you put good stuff into your heart, when you put good stuff into the plan of your life that it is that you ultimately want, good comes out. Even in the bad, you're going to come up against opportunities where it don't seem like it's the best. It don't seem like all things are working. Y'all gonna finish it for me or y'all need me to say it? In your favor and for your good, but in the bad times. I am a living recent testimony of that. It does end up working out in your favor and for your good, but sometimes you got to go through the go through that you have to in order for you to really be able to see just how it's been working out for you. Like, I have been spared. And honestly, it was a sense of luck because I kept throwing myself into the throes of it. I kept allowing, I'd close the door. All right, well, I'm going to crack this window. All right, I'm going to close the front window, but we got the back window open. No, I had to stop leaving my sense of fate to luck. But because I did that, because I shifted my mindset in the way that I needed to, I can be considered one of the luckiest girls in the world, knowing what I know now and knowing the information that continues to come from me no longer being or engaging in that situation, like putting up the force field in the fortress to that specific situation. Oh man, 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 there ain't nothing like it. And that takes me into like the next thing I want to talk about. It's how our beliefs shape our reality, like how you see it, how you feel about it, how you believe in it. That gives it power to be a part of your reality. The way we think consciously or subconsciously. Consciously means the things that you're actively focusing on, actively engaging in thinking on, and subconsciously are the things that are running on the lower frequency, but still in the back of your mind. Both of them, the conscious and the subconscious, influence how we act and how we perceive opportunities. If you believe that you are unlucky or undeserving, you may not see the opportunities right in front of you. Ooh, for me, that's a whole word, but I'm not gonna get into it right now. So, how you feel about your life, how you feel about the opportunities that you can or can't get, like this, there's no escaping the limiting beliefs. And that's what that statement says. If you believe you're unlucky or undeserving, if you believe you're not powerful, if you believe you're not smart, if you believe um, you're not worthy, if you believe that you are not anything, if you believe that you are any less than the version of who you were created to be, there's a whole lot in life, and there's a whole lot of life that you're not even paying attention to. There are a lot of opportunities that, because of that mindset, will have to pass you by. There are a lot of people, especially with, how on all these social media channels, and then how, I mean, at least I know my people, we actively engage in talking about how we feel, how our experiences are going, and what it is that we're actually enduring. And in being able to talk about those things, we are actually putting that into the universe. Like, and I'm sorry, but I'm the type of person, right? If you've been lucky enough to have me in your life in any capacity, and you don't do what you should do, could do, would do, need to do, and I'm out, all my favor goes with me. And I'm not even talking about the favor that I extend to you as a human, like human to human. I am created in his image. And there is a certain designation of favor that comes with me. I know that my favor is your luck. And if anything were to occur to where we're no longer connected, and it's a bad reason why we're no longer connected, I get, some friendships, they run their course, or like me, I moved away for almost 2 decades, and, communication styles broke down, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people, like in my mindful moment earlier this week, who are intentionally running around some of the unluckiest people in the world because they don't know how they see themselves. They don't know that they feel like they're undeserving. They don't know that they feel like they're unworthy. They don't know that they feel like they're unloved. They don't know that they feel like they're unheard. They don't know that they feel like they're unbroken, but you are. And until you shift your mindset into the place of understanding that because you're operating from those places, luck cannot find you. God gonna find you. But anyone who, relatively has done me wrong, when the interaction concludes, all right, cool. I still wish you well. And I give a Lord, this is my last ultimate prayer. This will need to carry on beyond this because I'm not doing it no more. Your will be done for those people. But I know it ain't going to be the same as if it was me in their lives, because that is an opportunity that they have missed. That is an opportunity that has been squandered. That is an opportunity that will not come back the same, or it will not come back at all. And I have some relationships now where it's like, okay, things came back together, but I promise you, they not the same. I promise you, I ain't on the same frequency. I promise you, your conversation to me ain't hitting like it used to be. I promise you, I will endure your conversation, but you probably won't get my presence no more. Or I'll endure your conversation, and I'll, be open to what it is that you want to talk about, because hopefully, our interaction beyond that point can continue to move you forward. Once I get to a point to where I see that you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you're not taking accountability for anything, I'm out. I'm done. I'm good. You have at that. But no luck is going to find you. It's not. Your beliefs actually act as filters for what you notice in your environment. And it's possible to reframe your perspective of how you see your luck. Reframing luck comes as a result of aligning your thoughts. When you align your thoughts, there's intention behind making sure your thoughts are where they need to be, or that your thoughts are on the things that they need to be. Your actions, what you do, how you do it. Not gonna say the last part I want to because I'm trying to get off of that. But it's the intentional action that you put forward, and then also your energy. So reframe luck as the result of aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with the outcomes you desire. What is it that you really want? If you are someone who is like the rest of us who is currently going through some real sugar honey iced tea, do you see life beyond this situation? Do you see life beyond where you currently are? And I'm not saying life with that person or in that job or whatever the case may be, because I don't 100% know your circumstance. You don't 100% know all of the circumstance because there's something that you cannot see. But what you can see is how you view yourself and how you view your sense of life beyond this situation. Given the situations that I've been through literally within the past, what is this, October? I would really say since May of this year. Given the things that I have been through, given the things that I have been put through, given the things that I have put myself through to be in this place where I have the ability to reframe what is needed and what is meant for me. Yeah, I know I got to change my thoughts. I got to keep my thoughts away from what it was that I got away from in the first place. And the crazy part is, this is how I know, I moved into a different space, y'all, right? So I got hurt. Cool. I allow myself to kind of stay in the place of being hurt. And in the beginning of where I put myself, it was still a little bit of that residual blaming the other individual. But I grew to a point to understand like this ain't got nothing to do with that individual because you know who that individual is. That individual has shown you time and time and time again over this amount of time who that individual is. So now there's a level of accountability that comes in because I can't blame you anymore as being that individual for something that I'm doing to myself. And then I also had to get to a point of where I had to understand my vision of why am I so upset that things didn't go the way that I wanted them to? Because I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a vision, I didn't have full thought for what I wanted it to be from the jump. So how can I get mad when I'm left with nothing when nothing was put in the very beginning? Having to accept that sense of reality, it was like, oh man, that was that good slap in the face because it's like now I got to take action. Now every day until that situation and that individual no longer mean anything directly to me. They mean something to him. So I'm not going to discount and I'm not going to disqualify and I'm not going to discredit that individual to him. So if I'm not going to discount and discredit that individual to him, I'm not going to allow myself the space to speak on it. All right, I'm taking new actions. And now I am the master of my own energy as a result from it. And all of this is new. Like, I literally just took 100% of the reins of my energy, of my actions, and of my thoughts like almost a week ago. but you would swear I've been doing it for some time now. And I say that because I want you to realize you don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for it to come to you. You have the power within you to create it. If you've been through some mess, you got the power to no longer go through that mess. If you've been walking through trash, you have the opportunity to dust and wipe off your feet and clear that trash from your path. If you've been in a pond full of ducks, get out that pond. There's so many other maybe you don't belong in a pond of ducks. Okay? Ducks is a term. I don't know if Imma release that one fully yet because it's some people's feelings who gonna get hurt when they realize just how much of a duck they are and that they will always be a duck. But maybe you don't belong in a pond full of ducks. Maybe you belong in a stream. Maybe you belong in a river. Maybe you belong in a lake. Maybe you belong in an oasis. Maybe you belong in the ocean. Wherever it is that you belong, if you know that you're tired of swimming with ducks, you have the power to get your behind out of the pond and be where it is that you truly need to be. But one thing I want to say, and this revelation came just earlier today, even in what I said you don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for luck to happen. You don't have to wait for the right time. Sometimes it may never be the right time until you make it the right time. Sometimes the circumstances may not be right. You don't have to wait for it. But even in the space of waiting for it or creating it, pressure produces. If you're waiting for it, there's a certain level of pressure that you are going to feel. There is a certain level of pressure that you are going to endure in order to be able to facilitate movement. That's the whole purpose of the mind reset. And if you're the type of person where you've been waiting for so long and you like, dang, I'm tired of waiting on this. I'm tired of waiting for the right time. I'm tired of waiting for the right opportunity. I'm tired of waiting for people to get right. Maybe you need to create the space and the environment that you need for your life to produce those things. And the people that are meant to come with you, the people who can withstand pressure, may not be the same type of pressure, but the people who can withstand pressure, they going to continue forward and they going to produce with you. And those that can't stand the pressure, you don't have to worry about them no more because they see what it is. They see that when you've gone through that amount of pressure in our analogies, in our colloquialisms, let me know if you've heard this before. Pressure does two things. Now, one of them I knew, the other one, my HVAC guy put it into my mind because, hey, he be around, heating, coiling units, and he's a handyman. So that's his perspective. But pressure does two things. Pressure builds diamonds. And the other thing that pressure does is pressure bursts pipes. So are you going to be the person who goes through the pressing and comes out as a diamond, shiny, new, refined, of great value, in some instances a rarity? Or are you going to be a busted pipe, leaking, void of fulfillment, I'm sorry, torn away from the source of your flow? Man, I swear, I don't come up with these things before I have these conversations, but when they come out, I feel so good about them because I'm listening to myself as well. I want to walk around shiny and new. Given, like I said, what I've been through, I have every right and I deserve every part of walking around shiny and new because the pressure of what was going on had me covered. Not necessarily in a good way. There the pressure of what it takes to make a diamond, that's the darkness. But the fire that has to be included in that pressure is what produces that diamond. I can take the fire. I can take the pressure too, apparently, because I done been through it and I can tell y'all about it. But all of it is a part of the process. So put it, in the chat. Are you willing to be a diamond? Are you wanting to be a diamond? Or are you going to be a busted pipe? Next part we're going to talk about is changing your thoughts to change your reality. Change your thoughts to change your reality. Thoughts are energy. Every thought carries energy and vibration. Positive, empowering thoughts have a higher frequency, while negative, limiting thoughts carry a lower frequency. Just think about that right there. If you think good, if you think positive, if you think joyfully, if you think in a eyes wide open mindset, you are already operating at a higher frequency than some other people. If your eyes are closed, if you are negative, if you are sowing chaos, if you are um, speaking ill of people, if you are speaking ill over people, you are operating at a lower frequency, a lower vibration. And in that regard, opposites should not attract. If you are higher thinking, don't entertain yourself with lower vibrations. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. Always know where you are within your frequency. And if you're like caught somewhere in the middle because things are going on, hey, you may need to take a time where your broadcast is not airing on the air right now and you need to figure out how you can get to always a place of higher. Please don't go lower. Even if you're a lower person, if you're a lower thinking person, oh man, raise your thoughts just little by little. If you're having financial challenges, having a plan in place and really walking through that plan and giving yourself the time and the space to like really see the work that you're doing, that'll be what lifts you into a higher place. If you are a person who is currently experiencing the ways of this world and the people that are in it and you find yourself in a negative space, like get a life coach. Hey, guess what? I'm available. I know other people who are available. Get a therapist, get a counselor, get a confidant. So that way you can start to come up. Just because you start a particular way, just because your life starts a particular way, that does not mean that that is all you are locked into if you are not the one that is holding the key and keeping mm, your behind in that cell. Like for real, for real. Because once you go through what you go through and you shift your mindset to where it ultimately needs to be, once that energy and that frequency start to align with one another, ain't nothing like it, and you gonna look at it different. And that's where the law of attraction can come into play. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. So your thoughts will draw experiences of the same frequency. Your thoughts will draw people of the same frequency. But you got to change the way you think. You got to change the way your mindset is. Because if you don't, you just gonna keep getting foolishness. It's like I said just a minute ago. Like if you walking through trash and you're not worried about getting that trash off of you or keeping your pathway clear, all you gonna get is trash. If you're someone who in your life right now with what you got going on, whether you know it or you don't know it, the people of your past, if anybody tells you that you sow chaos wherever you go because all you know is chaos, maybe you need to stop functioning with other people in this world. And maybe you need to look at the chaos that is your own life and stop running from it and deal with it so that way chaos can stop following you, it can stop preceding you, and it can stop being what is produced in your interactions with other people. Don't nobody got time for any of that. And some people would like to throw out there, the whole unconditional love and Jesus said love and all of this. And yeah, he did say it. But if Jesus said to love your neighbor as yourself, but you not treating me in a good manner, then as your neighbor, I have to ask myself, do you love yourself? Because you don't know how to love me. You didn't show me that. There was no point in our interactions, really, where you shifted your mindset even after I was saying it. Hey, like, I don't like it when you do this. Or it makes me feel this type of way when you do that. Okay. You receive it. We talk about it. But there ain't no real action. There ain't no real shifting of that mindset. It probably go in one ear and out the other if it even went in the first ear in the first place. But after the other person that is on the other side of that experience endures that for long enough, they know when enough is enough. And I don't have to take enough is enough. That ain't how I want my life. That ain't what I want in it. But I came to you to talk to you as someone who cares about you, someone who loves you, someone who would like to see past the potential in you. But then I got to a point where I was like, oops, my bad. That was my potential I saw in you. Even that's going to go over some people's head. Like, that was my potential that I saw in you. Now, I'll break that down for the people in the back who too scared to raise their hands. That was my vision of what I needed to see. And maybe it was my vision of what I needed to see for me or what I needed confirmation of to see in me, but I saw it from the perspective of you. So in life, when you're doing life with other people, the people that you're doing life with should be a reflection of how it is exactly that you're doing life. Again, the law of attraction says like attracts like, not light. That should be true, but like-minded individuals. I'm not saying you got to think 100% like me, but you got to be on the level of the thinking that I engage in. If because I'm articulate, you translate that as me being super intelligent and it makes you feel some type of way about yourself, I need you to deal with what you feel about yourself with it because of this mirror that I've shown in who I am. And hey, let's talk about it. I don't judge you. I don't necessarily feel like you're beneath me. Now, if you continue to engage in it, that's a whole different story. I can't do nothing about that because we all have the power to change. But maybe the issue is you haven't fully identified and or replaced your limiting beliefs. Because if you feel like I'm super smart because of the way that I choose to articulate myself, Maybe there's a little bit more about me that you need to learn, like the fact that when I was younger, yeah, the dictionary would send me a word of the day. You may call it nerdy, I call it expanding who I am. God put all this information out into the world and He made it available to everyone. But if you are not looking, you will not find that thing that it is that you are looking for. And if you say you looking, okay, then you're opening yourself up to us engaging in this conversation to naturally test what it is that you're saying. Oh, yeah, like I could give you a whole phrase in our conversation. If you look at me dumbfounded or like a deer in headlights, it's like, oh, okay, you either wasn't serious about seeking that knowledge, elevating your mindset, or you were trying to pacify me. Or maybe again, you still have not identified and or replaced your limiting beliefs. In that process, you have to identify the beliefs that have been holding you back. Go back and run back week 1 because that's what we spent more than enough time talking about. Some common limiting beliefs. I'll give you, some examples so you can put everything into perspective. Maybe you feel like you're not good enough. How do you replace it? Identify what makes you feel like you're not good enough. What qualification are you putting that up against? Another common belief, success is for other people. If it's for other people, why isn't it for you? What level of success is it that you're wanting to achieve? Are you trying to achieve their level of success? Have you ran back that blueprint of their life and what it took for them to get there? For you to be able to determine if that's the same route that you want to go? Or do you need to shift your perspective and your mindset to look at the focus of what success means to you? Another one could be, I don't deserve abundance. What is abundance to you? What in your life do you feel like you desire to be able to be abundant? Do you want to be, because and in that designation, just thinking about it quickly, to me, there's a difference between abundance and prosperity. For me, abundance is having enough. Abundance is having that which is good that is meant for me. Prosperous to me implies wealth. Now, for some people, they may feel different. I'm just giving you my perspective. If you do feel different, hey, put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. But what type of life are you looking to live? Are you wanting one that is abundant? Or are you wanting one that is prosperous? Think about it. Let me give you a little bit of homework. So, and it's just an exercise to do. So don't dread it, don't trip, don't stop watching this video. Get all of the goodness that your girl is intentionally pouring out to you right now. Because I've lived these things, and that's how I can honestly tell you. Y'all haven't seen it. Y'all haven't seen a fourth of what it is that I have actually been experiencing and actually dealing with. But I can tell you, I wouldn't be on the other side of being able to tell y'all any of that without creating the opportunities that are meant for me within my power. I believe God has the power of everything that comes and goes and happens in my life. But I have to give him a starting point. I have to be like, Lord, you know what? I do really desire that. And then he'll give me a way to actually confirm it because sometimes I'm thinking about it, but I won't say it. And so maybe I can be in therapy and I can give you a prime example given what I have been through relationship wise. Most people would look at that and I know some people who would, their reaction would be, "Nah, I'm done." I'm good being by myself. I can find somebody, that I can spend time with when I want to spend time with, but nah, I'm not worrying about this. I'm not worrying about that. I'm not looking for this. I'm not open to that. Like, I'm good. And my therapist asked me, he was like, because he knows firsthand of what I've been through in a recent relational experience. And he's like, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Yeah." "What's up, Dr. Pons?" He said, "Do you want to get married again?" "I do. I really do. Not out of a sense of desperation, but I really have that as a desire." And I know why he asked, because of everything that I've been through. For some people, that would jade them. For some people, that would make it to where they don't want to engage in it again. I haven't been brought through what I've been brought through in order for me not to get to what it is that I'm truly meant to get to not have the husband and the life that it is that I want to live. But I had to see what it was like for people to try to play with me, for me to know how I am not to be played with anymore. But I had to go through that. That was an exercise of pushing and, really intentionally stretching myself, my future self, in the here and now. So the exercise is, for each limiting belief, create an empowering replacement thought. So an example would be to replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am capable and worthy of success." And if you're anyone that is like me in the beginning, I didn't have a perspective on affirmations. I could see things, but I didn't tie things together. And when I started my journey of finding the right affirmations, because my affirmations, the series have changed based on what it is that I'm going through. But I stick to it for a period of time. Fake it till you make it. What I mean by that is, continue to say it until you believe in it. Continue to say it until it empowers you for what it is that needs to move you. And if you feel like there is not enough movement that is coming from one set of affirmations, hey, maybe you need to find some other ones. Or maybe you need to write your own. Or maybe you need to talk to your friendly life coach, Nicole LaTreece, and have her write some for you. But there is power in replacing your limiting belief with an empowering replacement thought. I'd like to hear, like, your process of being able to change those things. Like, what is it that you feel like you're limited on? And what intentional, empowering replacement thought are you willing to put in its place? And keep in mind, repetition of positive beliefs begins to rewire your subconscious mind. Maybe some of you guys, because I know that they have it on YouTube, where there are ones that you can put on while you sleep. Now, I can't necessarily sleep with headphones on. I've fallen asleep with headphones on, so I guess by way I can. Um, with some meditation that I used to listen to, but maybe you just turn your YouTube on, find those for when you sleep, turn it down to a decent frequency, a decent audio level that will still allow you to sleep, but you get that goodness to go into your subconscious while you sleep. That's just like, for some people, learning a new language that works for them. When it comes to learning a new language, they listen to it while they sleep. And then when they wake up, it ain't instant, but after doing that so many times, it allows them the opportunity to have a better understanding of that language. So let's quickly talk about the law of attraction. Let's explain it. What is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is based on the principle that energy attracts like energy. When you consistently focus on positive thoughts and emotions, You attract circumstances and people that resonate with the same energy. That's one thing that drives me crazy as a counterpart to that statement that I just said was when people say, or is when people say, match their energy. Don't match their energy because if their energy is lower than your energy, then you taking yourself down and out instead of just letting them be out of your life. If I have to get to a point to where I am matching your energy and your energy or my matching of your energy becomes counterintuitive to the life that it is that I was already on the path to creating. Nah, fam, I can't do that. Cause just like when you try to play with me and I'm out and this opportunity of my favor no longer is favored for you, I'm not finna do that to myself. Fools act like fools. I'm nobody's fool. And based on the law of attraction, I don't want no fools around me. I don't want no foolishness. I'm not here for chaos. I'm not accepting it. And I'm not here for no ducks. I'm the type of person I'm finna bully the ducks so that they can get up out my pond. So my pond can be clean. Now we not meant to cohabitate together. We not meant to be in the same space together. We not meant to swim in this same body of water together. Get up out my pond, duck. I only need swans to be attracted to me. So I'm going to give off my swan energy so the right ones can be attracted to me. Whether consciously or unconsciously, you are always creating your reality through the vibration of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is a deep one for people because people cannot understand and or realize that what you do now in the here and now in the transitional phase, it's going to matter for what you do later on in life. One of my good girlfriends, and I'm gonna say this, and then Imma let y'all go. We might have to pick this back up next week, and I promise I'll get through it quicker. But what one of my girlfriends asked was, I told her, I'm currently exploring my own opportunities when it comes to relaunching, should I say, my own accounting firm. I've been doing accounting for almost 10 years now, and every situation that I've had to go into, I've had to fix something in the companies that I do work in or I once worked in. And it's just like if I've seen all these challenges and I've been able to do it, not really with any like extravagant support, a special operating system or anything like that that only the company could provide. Yeah, I'm capable of doing that for myself. But in transitioning from corporate America to being an entrepreneur, there are challenges. There are real things that I am going to have to make sure that I'm paying attention, that they're on point. And one of those things is I have to make my daughter's father aware of said challenges of said transition because you know me, if you know my story, I've prayed for the last 3 years consistently for my daughter to be able to come and to live with me. And being an entrepreneur, you support yourself. There are times where it's going to be good, and there are times where it's going to be not so good. But every action that you make should support where you are in the space of sustainability. It shouldn't be, all right, I'm good this month. But when I turn around, the next month comes, I'm at a deficit. No, I need to figure out how to sustain and make that consistent. But in making the transition, like I said, from corporate America into entrepreneurship, because I really feel like now is the time. I Things are being lined up for me by God that yeah, if it wasn't the right time, it wouldn't happen. But realistically, I have to tell him, hey, I'm about to go through this. I have 8 months before my daughter comes to live with me. 8 months before my D Day, the day my P Day, my pray date finally comes. I'm just letting you know this is what I'm about to do, and I'll keep you posted on what I'm capable of doing. And then if push comes to shove, if I have to get a, regular corporate job, I'll get that. But this is what I want to do. So that way there is a part of his mindset that can shift into my reality of that because it does affect my daughter. So with all that said, like just be mindful that what you do in the here and now, if you are someone who is in the process of making a mindset shift, if you or I'm sorry, a mind reset, if you are someone who is in the holding pattern of the in between what you just experienced, and you know that's not what you want to experience, and you know that's not a part of what you want in your life, you're in the holding pattern. Before you can get to the life that it is that you want to live, there are some things that you got to understand. There are some ways that you need to shift your mindset. And there are some ways that you need to look at the things that are attracted to you and the things that you are attracting, because those things wouldn't be attracted to you if you weren't putting out some sort of energy to attract them to you. I know this was deep. Deep is where I operate. If you have any questions, concerns, if you want additional insight before next week's episode, where we are going to continue on creating your own luck and shifting your mindset while also harnessing the law of attraction, message me. If you got my number in real life, which we're not going to go there. If you have my number in real life, hit your girl up. I'm open. I'm here. Hey, I have the time now, and the time is now. So I want to thank all of y'all for joining me tonight. Like, I really feel good about engaging with you in this conversation. Y'all got a whole week. Let this marinate. Sit in it, let it ponder, jot down any thoughts that come to your mind. If you don't have a journal, grab a journal. That way you can look at how far you've come, and it can be a part of what you need as a reminder to move forward, to not go back. I love each and every one of y'all. I hope y'all have an amazing, productive, and successful week. And as always, I encourage you to seek a life, a good life, filled with real love and all of the above. So until next Sunday, 7 p.m., I'll be on time. Everything will be working and running. I look forward to y'all joining me next time. Y'all have a good evening and good night.